Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector, everyone to the channel. I hope you are having a great day and are ready to dive into another fascinating story about small coins that can hold big secrets. Today we are talking about the 1977 D Lincoln cent, a humble 1-cent piece struck in Denver that, believe it or not, has sold for as much as $299,000 in the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth only 1 cent when it left the mint has been valued at nearly $300,000 by collectors and investors. That is the kind of story that makes coin collecting so exciting, because treasure really can be hiding in plain sight inside your change jar or old coin rolls. So let us take our time and go through everything together. We will look at the history of the Lincoln cent, what makes the 1977 D so special, the details of its design, the errors and varieties that bring the big money, and finally the current market value so you can know what to look for. Sit back and relax, because this is going to be a deep dive into the world of copper cents and one of the most remarkable dates in the series. The story of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue United States coin to feature the portrait of a real person, and the design by Victor David Brenner became iconic. The obverse shows a right-facing bust of President Lincoln with the word liberty to the left, the motto "In God We Trust" above, and the date to the right. The reverse at first showed 2 stalks of wheat curving around the words 1 cent United States of America, which collectors today call the wheat cent. In 1959 the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That design continued until 2008, and it is on this reverse that we find the 1977 D penny. So when you look at your coin you will see Lincoln on the front and the memorial building on the back with the tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside if you look closely with a magnifying glass. The year 1977 and the Denver Mint. By 1977 the Lincoln Memorial cent had been in circulation for almost 2 decades. Most were struck in large numbers from a copper alloy of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The mintages were huge, and the Denver Mint in Colorado produced billions of them. Coins from Denver carry the small d mint mark just below the date on the obverse. Now you might think that with so many coins made there would be nothing special about a 1977 D penny. Today we are going to dive into one of the most fascinating stories in American coin collecting history. It is the story of the humble 1-cent Lincoln penny. This is a coin that many people pass around every day in loose change without giving it much thought. Yet in the world of numismatics these coins hold secrets that can turn a single copper-colored cent into a fortune worth thousands, tens of thousands, and in some rare cases close to $100,000 or more. If you are new here you will quickly realize that what might appear to be ordinary pocket change could be the gateway to discovering a hidden treasure that has been sitting under your nose the entire time. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, which already makes it one of the longest-running coin series in the history of the United States Mint. When you think about the century-long story of this coin you begin to understand why collectors are so passionate about it. Every small design change, every minting error, every experimental metal composition has created layers of history that can be studied, collected, and sometimes sold for life-changing money. Now before we go further I want you to imagine this. You are looking through an old jar of coins that has been sitting in your house for years. You pick up what looks like just another old penny. It is brown and worn but something about it feels different. After a closer look you realize you might be holding a rare variety that collectors would pay thousands for. This is not a fantasy story. It has happened time and time again. Just recently certain rare Lincoln cents have fetched astonishing prices in auctions with one particular piece reaching a current market value of $99,000. Think about that for a moment. A single cent, the lowest denomination of American money, carrying a price tag that rivals luxury cars and down payments on houses. But how did the Lincoln penny become such a collectible treasure? To answer that we need to go back to the beginning. The year was 1909. The United States Mint was preparing to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Up until that point no real person had ever been placed on a regular circulating United States coin. The designs were usually symbolic images of liberty or classical figures. But in 1909 the decision was made to put the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, on the 1-cent coin. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and it immediately caught the attention of the American public. That very first year two major varieties were struck. The 1909 VDB penny, which carried Brenner's initials in bold letters on the reverse, and the 1909 SVDB penny, which was minted in San Francisco in a much smaller quantity. The 1909 SVDB has since become one of the most iconic and sought-after pennies of all time.